Straight, no chaser.
This time we're recording it. So, we're going to get into some things and do some things and talk about some things. And yeah.
We just talked about COVID-19. We talked about health. I mean, what else you want to do? You want to just talk about religion too? Man, goddamn.
And I think you can go, sir.
Absolutely.
All right, here we are once again, Straight No Chaser, the podcast, jumping right into it because we got a whole lot to say in only a short period of time. Thank you for joining us. We got a whole lot on tap for you. Please like, share, subscribe to this podcast. Tell your friends about it. We're available everywhere that podcasts are. Let me shut my window. My neighbors might hear this. Spotify, Facebook, Instagram. We're not yet on what's it called? The joint with the phones, the audio. Clubhouse. We're not on Clubhouse yet. But
I don't think I want to be on Clubhouse with this. But go ahead.
Wow. Anyway, so that's what it's about. We're gonna introduce ourselves and go ahead into it. Go ahead, Rob.
Call me with a drink in my mouth. What's up, y'all? Rasheen. How y'all doing? Peace. Throw it up to Big Ox.
What's happening? Neil, Tired, pomegranate juice, KG.
There you go.
You see this. So I'm just gonna make sure you notice that. We need to figure out how you can click on that and subscribe to something like that when you click on our icon. But Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays for everybody that's out there listening. You see the IG, follow.
Yeah,
There you have it.
I don't think we have the functionality to click that icon for them to join, but they can on YouTube.
I said we gotta figure that out. That's all
Right.
I said.
We're gonna put the links to all of our stuff somewhere in here.
Pause.
So,
That was
Neil. Neil,
Yes, sir.
stop stroking your beard. I know the ladies like the beard, but when you stroke your beard, your mic is getting ruffled and
Neil's
you get all that feedback. You know where your mic is. It's on your cord. That's where the mic is.
I got you.
Don't let it rub up against stuff.
Well,
Yes,
everybody just listen to you do all of that. So
I didn't even hear it. I mean, I thought it was me, so it's all good. But anyway, this is live audio podcasting.
we gotta get that. We gotta get the headphone with the big mic. I don't like how that look, but it's all. We might need to invest in something like that.
The joint with this, like where you got the headphones in this thing.
Roxbury Warburton Media might be able to pick that up so that you all can enjoy that. Okay.
There you go. Okay. Well, there you have it.
What?
I think he was talking about like a tax write-off.
My media company might be able to pick that up.
Oh, okay.
That's how I'm publishing my books. I'm doing my photography. I do all that stuff.
The umbrella. I got you.
Roxbury Warburton Media LLC.
Yeah. There you go. Making it happen. I need to get on that. That's something I need to do before tax season next year. Anyway, before we get into all that, we got some other stuff to get into. Again, like, share, subscribe, Straight No Chaser, the podcast. We're everywhere. Unfortunately, we're not yet on Kevin Samuels. You know what I'm saying? We had a little podcast about him last week. We kind of wanted to wrap it up because we got a lot of feedback, some negative, some positive. And, I feel like people kind of want to talk about that. So I don't know if y'all want to get into that or what's up.
We didn't get a lot. We actually didn't get, I think we got more like men are in their feelings about what we talked about. Rod, what up, Big Ferg?
Dr. Ferguson, what's going on, sir?
Some of the men were in their feelings because we were telling the truth. And I think people missed the point of the whole conversation. It wasn't really, it wasn't about his assess. Like she was dumb for even letting this dude even critique her.
Okay, but so real quick, we got to recap.
Yeah, let's recap. All right, so if you don't know, Kevin Samuels is some dude who Rasheen believes doesn't like women in the first place, but he was doing this podcast or his show, radio show, whatever, and the video had a caller from North Carolina, a woman from North Carolina who she allowed herself to be asked, how would you rate yourself? And you can't be a 7. She said, without makeup, I'm a 5. She said, with makeup, I'm a 6. Preposterous already. And so he assessed her and broke her down. And she stayed there and listened and would start looking at her phone and stuff. And in my mind, I'm like, what black woman would subject herself to this for the duration of time that she allowed herself to be subjected to it? And she sat there, and my position was she agreed with him and believed what he was saying. The woman that we had that supported our show, let's give her a plug. She did a great job last show. Rasheen?
Yeah, Mimi did a phenomenal job last
Mimi was
show.
off the chain.
Mimi, yeah, listen, producer from LA, Fox Morning News show host. She, Howard Bison. She did the thing last week. And a lot of people thought, like, not a lot. There was a few brothers in the comments, in the YouTube comments, thought we were simping.
I won't call them brothers. It was some guys.
Yeah, okay, some guys. I wouldn't call them brothers. Guys. We were simping because we had Mimi on it. It's like, yeah, they just going soft. And for real, what I was seeing in terms of the comments was a lot of dudes who was like, yeah, Kevin was right. Yeah, she says she was average. It's not Kevin. He's just giving it to her, straight. And my thing is, you can tell somebody something in the manner in which they're going to receive it. You know what I'm saying? What he was saying, there was no way she was going to receive that. I'm sorry, I don't care what no one say. It could have been true, it could have been false, but it was too much. Here's my thing. He was annoyed with her for breaking the protocol of his show, and he decided to take it out on her. As simple as that. Simple as that. And I think the way I titled it, I said something about he's calling black women average and we okay with it. So people in the comments like he wasn't calling all black women average. He was calling her average. But what he said was, you a 30-something-year-old woman with a single mama with a sketchy daddy with looks at an average at best. He wasn't just talking to her. He was talking to every 30-something-year-old black woman who's a single mother who wasn't looking a 10 out of 10 on his scale. So it wasn't just her he was talking to. He was talking to all of y'all who fit that criteria. So I'm not a fan of that. I'm not
established. I mean, I think we can all probably say the same about that. As far as I'm concerned, I don't know how dude blew up, why he became a thing or a name. Social media does this thing.
Because folks like to see people get put in their place. That's the stuff that people like to see. Just like when folks like to pass around videos of people just slipping on the ice and cracking their head on the sidewalk, and then they want to laugh about it. Like, folks
that's
like
funny, though.
I feel like videos, like I saw a video today somebody sent to me where I think all this stuff is staged in the first place. But it was a man and a woman in a car. The man was asleep, or he appeared to be asleep. She dumped a bunch of stuff on this dude and started like coughing and acting like she was throwing up. And when the dude woke up, it was like, what are you doing throwing up on me? But I think these videos, they're going to get somebody hurt. You're going to play these pranks on the wrong person, and you're going to get your ass beat. And then you're going to be like, it was just a joke. Like I saw one with the dude was like, I work at Foot Locker. Let me touch your like, dude, are you serious? I'm going to kick you in your face.
What are you talking about, though? So, I mean, you was talking about prank videos.
I'm saying like people are using social media as a way to be extreme in their conversation, their actions, etc. And it's creating looks, clicks, followings. So people are looking at this dude for the humor. Like, people find humor in what he says. And I can't not be accountable to myself. He's funny to me. Like, I don't look at him for any credible information, but I think he's comical.
Yeah.
True that. Oh, and then another thing, people was like, we attacking him because of his sexuality. I wasn't attacking him because of his sexuality. Let's get it clear.
Say it again.
People said that I was attacking him because of his sexuality.
I mean, you did put it out there a little bit.
I didn't attack him. I just mocked him. That's all. I just mocked him. I didn't attack him.
He does not speak for no man. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
The whole shit.
Anyway, so
what you say
last week.
No, I think that whole thing was a waste. I don't know no black female that was going to sit there and let them get ridiculed and dragged down through the mud like she did. Like, I kind of was listening to what you were saying about it being staged. I was like, come on, you wasn't really listening to his feedback. You sitting there getting disrespected. You smiling. You looking at your phone. I was just thinking as you were saying it, I was like, in my mind, it looked staged. Like, because I don't know no sister that would have stayed there for the whole duration. And then as he's dissing you and clowning you, you looking at your phone and you smiling. Come on. I didn't take any weight in what he was saying. And at the same time, like John said, who are you to be this expert? Like, oh my God, how do you rate me? I'm insecure. Tell me, do I look like a come on. Oh,
Like Dr. Ferguson said, he's not an authority on anything.
You know what I'm saying?
He's comical.
He's got his own little opinion, and that's what it is. And that's cool. It is what it is. But yeah, I think that kids call that clout chasing. That's how people act sometimes. Internet shit. It is what it is.
But that's the society we live in right now. Everything is transactional. It's instantaneous. People do things just for the likes and the looks and the whatever it is, man. Like it's dumb to me. Like we're a little bit older. I don't know how old this dude is. Right. She's younger, but
he's our age.
He's probably our age.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm assuming trying to make a name for himself and just kind of get some notoriety for it. But I don't know if that paid the bills.
Right.
It is.
And let me put something out there. Nicole, you made a comment about him being part of the LGBT community. I don't know that for certain. Like I said, I'm just, speculating. But I have no proof.
Speculation. Yeah. On the internet.
Yeah, we're just adding to the fodder, but we don't know.
We doing the same thing.
But it's like Tyler Perry, right? So Tyler Perry put out the whole thing about how he was 50-something and single or whatever it is. And there was a whole lot of conversation like, you got a kid? You like women? Like, who cares?
Wow,
why didn't he even put it out there? You know what I mean? Like, go live your life. But it's all for likes and hey, look at me, I'm single. Hey, I'm 50. Hey, I'm Tyler Perry. I don't care.
Like when your man, well, I'm not going to say your man, but like when, I can't stand him, but Rod know what I'm talking about. You saw the joint where Funkmaster Flex recorded himself getting lipo. Like he was getting liposuction listening to Wu-Tang Clan. And everybody was hazing on him like,
that was crazy.
Since when men get, lipo, but then somebody else said a post after that, like, it's okay for women to want to look better, but if a man do it, it's looked at as like you bugging out. But I'm like, why would you record yourself getting liposuction? That's your business. Do what you're doing.
You said, what happened?
Okay.
Funkmaster Flex. Oh, go ahead, John.
No. Go ahead, Neil.
Funkmaster Flex, the DJ in New York, a couple of weeks ago, got liposuction. Where they stick the tube in you and take all the extra fat out.
I know what liposuction is.
Right. So people were clowning him on that, like, since when dudes get liposuction. But then somebody else came back the following day and said, it was a male anyway. He was like, women do it to improve their image and it's all good. But if a man wants to improve on his image and get lipo or do whatever it is to tuck in, you hazing him for that. And it was like, it stirred a little.
Where he from?
Who? Flex?
Yeah.
From New York.
Mm.
What's that about? That's what we're doing right now?
Wow. I just asked a question.
That's what we're doing.
But if he wants to get lipo, I mean, so be it. I mean, it's if he got the money to pay for it, and he don't want to go to the gym, or for what he wants to eat, what he want to eat. I mean, he wants a quick fix. I don't know. I don't care if he wants to get lipo. He wants to get lipo. But the fact that he is putting it out there on the net, I mean, once again, it goes back to my whole thing about us being overexposed. I mean, we want to put everything out there for people to see, including our business. When we want to call up a Kevin Samuels and talk about how we can't get no man making six figures, and I'm a six with makeup. I mean, you just want people rushing to put their stuff out there on Front Street, and I don't know. I've never been a fan of that.
But it goes back with what Keltrick said the last episode, and what he's saying now about how some things you do, that's your life. Who gives a fuck? But people do it for likes, or they know it's going to start controversy. Because like we were talking about the last time about the pastor and hugging his son, that was a whole separate issue. You could have kept that to yourself, but you knew it was going to stir something. So it's like, same thing with the Flex thing. Oh, let me record myself getting lipo. I know this is going to give me my 15 minutes of fame. Like, do what you do. You don't have to record anything and everything.
Flex don't need 15 minutes of fame.
Hold up. I think these people that do this are addicted to something. And if you have to chronicle everything you do in your life, I believe there's some type of addiction that you have. I don't know if it's been defined yet. There's probably going to be some studies on people like this in the future. But to post a picture of your 16-year-old son sleeping on you, that's a personal moment that you have violated and then share with the world. If you want to send it to your family and friends, it's something different. But to post it on social media where, you know, he doesn't have a say-so in that, that's selfish. I think all of these people are doing these things for selfish reasons, man. And it's really sad, quite frankly.
And then if you think about it, it made me think about the way everybody is struggling right now. Like prime example, well, not even prime example. I mean, he's on a different echelon, and it's still an attention thing.
Are you about to take us into a different direction, Neil?
No,
I just need to know so I can keep my notes straight. That's all.
No, you good. No.
Yes, he is.
No, I promise you I wasn't. Never mind. It's not even that.
Go ahead, man.
No,
I'm just saying. I'm agreeing with what we were saying. Like people don't need to do certain things, but I guess some people want to keep in the highlight. Like recently, I don't know if you saw it. Puffy gave his mom's $1 million for her birthday. Like, why do you have to record showing giving her $1 million check and a brand new Bentley? I'm like, keep that on the low. You see everybody struggling right now. You know what's going on. So God forbid something happens. It's like, oh my God. Like you advertising, like you giving away free money, you giving away.
You put it, yeah. If you put a target on your mom's back, right? So
Exactly.
the scammer's gonna come out. You know, you got $1 million in cash. Well, one, the IRS probably gonna look at that because I don't know if you can gift that much. Like, there's limits on how much you can actually give to somebody. So you know, it's. I mean, it's Puffy too, right? So I'm not surprised.
Right. It's something Alana said in the comments. Alana said people are addicted to attention. Like you want to be seen as like that you got the ability to give $1 million to somebody and it not phase your bank account. I'm special because I can do that. And now I'm gonna put it on the World Wide Web so everyone can see it because folks may be addicted to that attention.
Let me ask you a question. Is this a black thing? Because I'm assuming no. Let me finish my question. Do rich white Americans do things like what Puffy did and socialize it? Right.
No.
So you look at them like the I forget Mackenzie's first name, but the woman who divorced Jeff Bezos.
Mackenzie is the first name. I think.
Mackenzie. Okay.
I think it's
I don't remember,
Scott,
but you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So she gifted all of this money, but you don't see her on social media saying, "Hey, I did X, Y, and Z." The news is reporting her gifts, but she's not, doing any self, grandiose or whatever type of thing to say, hey, look at me, I'm doing all of this stuff.
To put it in a different perspective, say your question again. I want to make sure I heard. You said, do rich white folks do that?
Yes,
they do.
Okay, so what would you have classified back in the days? The Kardashians, the Hiltons.
I don't know if I was.
Hilton's got money. You can't call them. You can't call them.
What did they do? I mean, that was one of them that did that.
He's talking about giving away money, not spending it.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant just
I'm not talking. I mean,
yes, they do. Rich white people absolutely let it be known that they are attached. If you ever listen to, like NPR, they list like all the people that support their ass, and it's a trust, and it's the family trust or whatever the case is. People know how to let you know this is how we spent our money. It's a prestige thing. Rich white people, rich black people. That's just how it goes. If you got enough money to flash it and show it and everything like that, I'm not mad at Puffy. You know what I'm saying? I would love to be able to do that.
But the thing is, you really don't have an idea. I mean, we don't have an idea of all that Puffy gives or all these other people. So there are certain instances where they will promote it because they're trying to get that shine. But when you talk about white folk, they're not using social media to the extent that they're doing, that Puffy and them might be doing it so that you look special because you're doing it. Because, who is it? Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, they got a $1 billion boys club. Like, in order to be in their club, you have got to give $100 million of your wealth to charity. And sometimes they're doing $100 million annually.
That's like a tax write-off.
But they're doing it. The point is they're doing it, but they're not making it known. Like the organization I used to work for, Bill Gates gave us $120 million twice, but you never see that. And that was just to send kids from the hood to college, but you don't see him on Instagram with a big $120 million check saying, here you go, send these kids to college.
Mhm.
But they are doing it. And they're making people sign pacts that if you want to be down with us, you got to give this money away. So, it just looks, it looks different for different people. But they're doing the same thing. They're
They gonna name the university building after their family and stuff like that. They still gonna publicize. My opinion is that they're gonna do it. They just do it in a different way. It's all the same. It's a tax write-off. They operating on a different level. Want. So it is what it is. That wasn't even on the list because we completely missed our transition to Clubhouse.
Thanks, Neil.
That's cool, Neil. That's good. We need that. You know what I'm saying? So Clubhouse, for those who are not aware, is kind of a, what would you say, audio social media
platform,
something like that. And basically, the only people that can use it right now are people that have an iPhone. So it is, kind of exclusive, I guess you could say. And it's really causing a stir out there in the world, and a whole lot of people are on it and talking about it. And I mean, we talk about what's going on. So how y'all feel about, Clubhouse and what it's about and everything?
Well, I know Neil and John, y'all really can't talk about it because y'all ain't got
time out. Please don't play yourself because I got an iPhone. Don't do that.
Do you really? What happened? What happened to your Google Pixel?
Oh, baby, I got two phones. Act like you know. Here go one. Here go the second one. Speaking of stunting for no reason. So anyway, back to what you were saying.
Listen, Clubhouse, I got on it and I'm still on it. I get on it and listen to the conversation. Yeah, the whole thing was sold to me as like this is going to revolutionize social media. People aren't going to be on it for the likes and the clicks. Because you want to get your clicks up. This is for people on network. It's going to be revolutionary. And then I got on it, and there was a couple of conversations that I saw some connecting. But then there was just other conversations where people were just yelling and screaming at each other. See, the whole platform is you can create a room to host the conversation. So people will use titles for their room as clickbait to get people to join. So even though you're not trying to get clicks on a photo on Instagram, you still trying to get 700 to 1,000 people to join your room. I'm like, it's the same damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same damn thing. And then when you get in the room, you have the moderators who are allowing people to come up on stage. They select you to be a speaker. And then once they select you to be a speaker, your mic is hot. So you got to mute your mic. And then when you want to talk, you got to unmute your mic so that you can talk.
Mm-hmm.
And then when these people start talking, they get on I'm telling you, want to get on stage. Folks will be talking for 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 minutes straight. And I'm like, shut up, and let's just move to the next person and get to your point. For me, I've seen it become a platform for folks who just want to run their mouth, act like they're an authority on something, and then shout down anybody who disagrees with them. And then once they shout you down, then they boot you out the room because you disagree with them. I'm like,
Yeah. We're talking about Clubhouse. For somebody to just ask if we're talking about Clubhouse.
Yeah.
We're on Clubhouse right now.
Linnell, we talking about Clubhouse. I mean, like I was in a conversation today about independent publishing for indie publishers, and that was a good conversation. That was a very good conversation. That was one of maybe two. The second one was an HU conversation. Some people created a room saying that Howard was the PWI of HBCUs.
That's what really got it onto my whole radar, because suddenly people was talking about that, and I was like, "Oh, really?" And that was interesting.
Okay, for somebody who
that was just people who couldn't get admitted to the university. That's all that.
Somebody who is not a fan of Clubhouse, does not have an iPhone because I'm Team Android. So is this kind of like something where people just throw a topic on anything just to voice their opinion?
Whatever you want.
That's it.
Yeah.
If somebody disagrees with you, you can kick them out the room.
Yeah. And the whole thing is, Rita just said, that convo went on for hours and hours. Yeah, the one about the Howard. That's the whole thing. Other people, you will get in a room, people will join the room at 8 p.m. at night, stay on it till 1 o'clock in the morning, go to sleep, wake up at 3 o'clock, get back in that same room on the same conversation, go to sleep again, wake up at 12 noon the next day and get in the same room. That is just too long. What the hell y'all talking about for 12 hours?
No,
yeah, so it has potential because you got a lot of people who are in the industry, a lot of people who are venture capitalists, a lot of people who are publishers, photographers. You got a lot of people who are doing some good things.
Adore funny.
But when you get
I agree with her.
700 folks in the room, it's not cool.
I like the fact somebody was telling me that they do like it's supposed to be for creative type people or whatever. I have not heard actually listen to it, but I've heard that they do like read throughs and table reads of different movies and TV shows and stuff like that. So you got like the people that's acting out whatever it is, and then other people can kind of just be there, and it's like radio almost. You know what I'm saying? So I think that would be dope in a lot of ways.
So hold up, I just saw y'all are experts on that. I just saw a comment from Erica. Who solidifies who's the expert? Or anybody could go in there and talk shit. Or I'm an expert in this. I'm an expert in that.
Neil, you can create a room. How to do a podcast from the comfort of your living room, and you can invite all of us as moderators to be in that room. And now we have the power to run that room. So whoever comes in. We could put them in the audience. We could bring them up on stage and let them be a speaker, and we can boo people out. You might have never done a podcast in your life, but you could create a room, how to make 6 figures with a podcast from the comfort of your living room.
And it's also that because it's a lot of celebrities that are on there. So people love being next to, celebrity people or feeling like, you listening to or want talking to somebody. So it's always a big to-do when, rapper X is on there and he's talking and their minds are blown about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's real hot right now.
Right. And you will see these celebrities and you'll hear their voice because they're on their phone.
Right.
And you'll feel like you're connected to them.
Right.
So people like that. But once again, I have seen folks make connections, build, not my fault. I don't know if they've built anything. I've seen people make connections. I have not been a part of it long enough to see folks actually build anything out of it. But I have seen too many times folks just getting there, just bickering and arguing and shouting each other down. I'm just like,
corn.
Yeah, very much.
Too much for all that. But yeah, so if y'all do not have Clubhouse, you might want to jump on it. It's kind of the flavor of the month type thing.
Right. Get on it. Just listen to the stuff. And if you think you got something to add, join the room and be like number 700 in line to get on stage to talk. And then when you finally get your chance at 5 o'clock in the morning.
I disagree with all of that. Listen. I think we are too exposed. There's so many damn apps. There's only so much bandwidth all of us have. And right, you said something, I mean, it blew my mind. You're having a conversation for 16, 17. It could be days upon days of having the same conversation. That's pointless to me. At some point, something got to end, man. I'm not really a fan of anything. I don't want anything else that's gonna take up my time. So my investment in time, IG has my social media time. I dabble a little bit in Snapchat, mostly just stories I follow. Outside of those two, Twitter is a good one for me for more information purposes. IG is entertainment. That's about it, man. I deleted Facebook. I don't have access to Facebook at all anymore. Don't want it. I'm good. And if you don't know me by now, man, we probably don't need to be interacting, quite frankly. Wow. If you got my number, we good. And if we don't, then I'm good on all of it. I'm so serious, man. I got 2 kids. I'm married. I don't need anything else in my life that's going to take up time that's not beneficial. Life is too short. Life is too short. It's too goddamn precious to be wasted on listening to people that ain't got no bearing on what's going on in my world.
And I look at it like, even if you are a social media person, if you can't detach yourself,
it's like a goddamn junkie.
Y'all know, Keltrick know, like every 3 or 4 months, I'm like, I'm gauche. You ain't gonna see me. I'll just put a little post in there. I'm all right, but for like 2 months, I'm gone. It's like, if you can't detach yourself, that's a test. That's a test in yourself. How many people you think can reasonably detach themselves away from social media for like a week? Not look at it, not post nothing, not read nothing. For some people, that's hard. And I'm like, a week? Come on.
Adora, thank you for being willing to show up for this show at least. You can cut everything else out, but make sure you got Straight No Chaser.
There you go.
On the bell, ready to ring every time we post something. Thank you, Adora.
I am always on the internet, fool. So I'm only on like Facebook, number one, and then like Instagram. And that's really about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't even really know how to follow shit on Twitter. I feel old every time I look at Twitter. So,
but if you look back at your life, John, not too far, what did you do before social media to keep yourself preoccupied?
I imagine kind of the same thing I'm doing right now. You know what I'm saying? I would talk like the people that I'm involved with on social media is like I actually know them to a degree. I don't have like thousands of followers or want. So, you know, like I've been on the internet for like 20 something years. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I remember chat rooms were like rooms you had to have a special coding capacity to get into in order to chat. And people could be in them chat rooms all day, all night, just like talking to folks from all over the country.
Shout out to the iLab.
Yeah, you be posted up in your computer iLab,
right?
And that's when the addiction started. But yeah, people, you know, you got to be able to kind of pull yourself away from that because, like I said, like that Clubhouse. I remember I got on one morning and people was like, "Yeah, I was on here all night listening to y'all." What? Like you ain't sleep? And the thing is, because it's international, so you have people who come in from England, and they'll be like, 6 hours ahead of us, Netherlands, right. 6-7 hours ahead of us. People who come in behind us. And they'll be trying to catch up on the same conversations. But I'm the moderator of the room. So I'm going to stay in there and keep it going for 12, 13, 14 hours to catch half of the globe.
They probably get paid for it too. Like somebody getting paid off of it.
I think people can figure out a way to get paid off of it. And I think we're looking at it from our perspective as this is something we was talking about before this whole show started, how we come to technology. We look at it very differently than younger people do who are much more involved with it. And I don't know what it's called, but when you cross different platforms with your little content, cross-pollinate or whatever, you can say something on Clubhouse and take it to Facebook or vice versa, Instagram and and do that very easily and drive clicks to all these different little social media outlets.
I'm not saying that social media, I'm not saying that the utilization of some of this technology, it shouldn't happen. Technology is the thing that got the COVID vaccine, here fast and unprecedented time. However, what I am saying is, y'all can laugh all y'all want.
No, I'm laughing at Neil and John.
I know. I'm taking the vaccine. I don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all be out there.
Go for it.
Hey, I will. So, but what I'm saying is, many people who are on social media are not using it to advance anything personally or professionally. It's really just people being nosy and just people like just clicking, trying to find something for laughs, shares, retweets, etc. And it's really detrimental to their being. It's like a drug. It's like people that are alcoholics or drug addicts. Like the people look at their phones and look at how much time they spent on social media and really looked at that. Like you might spend 2/3 of your year on social. Like imagine spending 2/3 of your time, your literal awake time on social media in the year. Like that's ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
We on social media right now. I just wanted to point that out.
It ain't 2/3 of my time.
The paradox.
At all.
But nonetheless, so yeah, social media definitely taking up a whole lot of time. You got to control it to a degree if you can. If you can't, you got to do what you got to do. So speaking of doing what you got to do, December 21st, did y'all get your superpowers? Because that was a major thing.
I was able to walk through walls. I could walk through walls.
For those that don't know, allegedly, according to the internet, speaking of social media, on December 21st, all Black people were supposed to get like superpowers due to the winter solstice and Saturn and Jupiter being somewhat close together or something.
The great conversion.
Conjunction.
There it is. Yeah,
something like that.
That's it.
So and that's something that hadn't happened for 800 years and blah blah blah. And I was just, I mean, everybody was talking about the kind of powers that they was gonna get, and people really took it in a real imaginary ass direction. You know what I'm saying? But that is what we do on social media. That's the whole point. You know what I'm saying? You miss out on that when you're not on social media. So now you ain't got no powers.
Am I really missing it though?
No, because nobody got no powers, damn it. I woke up on December 22nd, powerless. Pissed me off.
Yeah, man. People was just talking that. I don't know where it came from. I don't know if it was super hotepism. I don't know. I don't know. Well, you know, they said it was a once in the 200. I heard once in the 200 year phenomenon. I heard once in the 400 year phenomenon. I heard it was gonna reset our DNA, and I heard all that craziness. But then I also heard that because it was once in a number of generations phenomenon. I'm not gonna put a number to it. That it was an opportunity for us to reflect on the newness of a new season. Because this was a new season that it was bringing about. In reflecting on a new season, like you can become a new being, and people took it way left. Was like, yeah, my DNA is gonna be reborn, and I'm gonna get superpowers.
Is this like the lady who said she did dragon breath or whatever?
No, it's not like this. Is completely different.
I didn't get that one. I didn't get that one.
Well, there was a nurse, the nurse or the doctor that 45 put out there that was talking about COVID was a hoax, and she was like, with dragon's breath.
Yeah, with the demon seed and all that.
Yeah, all that lady.
No.
You remember her? Okay. I didn't know if it was the same thing.
No, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. I think people literally believed we was gonna wake up the next day and have some supernatural ability because the universe granted it, and only the black folk. I didn't know
where black people.
Where that come from?
Because we are the chosen people. You know what I'm saying? I'm sad that y'all didn't wake up with your powers on December 21st. That's unfortunate.
I got powers.
That's what I'm saying. My power is the ability to catch every red light. If it's there, I'm gonna get stopped by it. It's a gift. I can't really explain it. You know what I'm saying? I'm very lucky.
Oh man.
So Neil, if you was to get a superpower, what would it be?
I've already had it though. It's just to be more peaceful and humble for me. That's all it is.
I thought it was the sword, the Green Destiny.
Nah, I gave that away.
Tiger.
I gave that away, B. John has that. John has that.
It's in the rafters. I don't have it. I mean, I told you what my little superpower would be. Like, I have the ability to fall asleep anywhere at any time, and I'm always hungry. And so,
now, for real though, if we really talking about it and have fun with it, if I could have a superpower, I just want the power. I would love the power to heal people, like just to heal. You know what I mean? Like whatever ails you, whatever stresses you, whatever, just touch you and heal you. Heal cancer, fuck cancer, just heal you. I would love a superpower like that. Or just superpower.
You are a crunchy granola ass dude, Neil. Neil be on some burning incense hippie shit. That's what's up.
I do, man. Yo, you know what it is? And I don't know whether it was John or Keltrick or Ryder said they had their own superpower. Yo, it's whatever you believe in. Like I believe in sage and chakras and stones and all that, but it works for me. It may not work for nobody else. Somebody else may look at it and be like, that's some bullshit. So it's whatever you believe in. So it works for me.
Nah, my superpower would probably be I would probably want to fly.
Oh, y'all being serious? Okay.
I'm dead up. If I could have a superpower, I'd be able to fly. I'm not healing people. I don't want to take on that responsibility.
With that bitty head.
Right. With the jacket. Hitting people with the jacket. Okay. Y'all might not know what we're talking about. There's somebody in the comments said he want that Benny Hinn. Y'all know who Benny Hinn is. He's if you ever watch some televangelists sometimes,
oh man,
in a certain frame of mind.
That was Nicole Cameron who said that.
It's funny. Anyway.
I rebuke you. Be gone.
KG, what would you do?
I would have the ability to make money.
You could do that now.
What?
No. I mean, like,
do that now.
Here we go.
Looks
That's
like
but-
superpower.
In all seriousness, I would probably do the be invisible. I think just kind of being in the room to see what people talk about behind closed doors.
yes, you would.
That would be
Mm.
hilarious to me. Just
Yeah.
to be invisible.
I am not shocked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
what?
yeah.
Wait a second. I just thought about John. What the hell did you call me? You said a granola bar. What the
No,
hell?
you are a crunchy granola, just a very peaceful, like you remind me of like a calm sense, like dude. You know what I'm saying? Like if you ever hear Common talk, he's like, Dr. Bronner's sandalwood,
Oh, yeah.
sandals.
Don't let
chilling.
Neil fool you, man. Neil got a side to him.
Oh, I know Neil is extremely ghetto. I'm just saying this is
No, he's not. Oh my God.
not in a bad way. I'm kidding, internet. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in a good way. And so, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think of what I would really want as like my superpower, man. And I can't really think of nothing right now. Y'all took all the good ones. You know what I'm saying? Being invisible. I would not want to have to be able to read other people's minds. You know what I'm saying? That's always like in the meme when they do this on the internet. What superpower do you want to be able to read people's minds? I feel like that would be the worst one. I don't want that because if I had to hear what you think, I would be kind of pissed.
No, what is it? Telekinesis, so you can move things with your mind. I never have to get up for a remote. I never have to open the refrigerator door for a drink. Everything, just
I got it.
Uncle Nearest.
Oh shit.
I want
And it
the
comes to
ability to eat and never gain no weight.
That's
Straight
you.
with that.
You can do that now if you work out.
Yeah.
It don't work that way, but it's
Key
cool.
phrase. If.
Right. So, okay, if whatever your little superpower would be, write it in the comments, something like that. And again, like, share, subscribe to the podcast. And gentlemen, we got something else. Oh, something relationship.
Hey man,
Wait, no. What about the
I'm upset y'all didn't wish you happy birthday, man.
That was
happy
last
birthday,
week.
KG?
Happy
birthday.
belated birthday.
Listen,
Keith.
everybody. KG's birthday passed, and the brother is now another year older, aging
Brother
like
Brown the son.
fine wine, So he is celebrating a birthday after having a baby. So it's 2 births, So we gotta wish the brother a happy birthday.
Right?
Happy birthday, KG.
There we go.
There you go.
There we
Happy
go.
birthday, Keltrick. KG.
Y'all shout it out to KG in the comments. Tell the
Appreciate
brother
that. Appreciate
happy
that.
birthday. There it is. Tell the brother happy birthday.
Yeah,
You
man.
looking good. You looking
Appreciate
good to be
that.
the oldest, brother. You looking good to be the oldest.
Man, stop. Stop
He
lying.
ain't
Don't
no
lie. Don't
longer
lie to the
baby in the
people.
crew. He ain't
I'm
no
always
longer
a baby. Well, now I got
Right.
Dean is a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man,
You
so
hear me
I
in the
mean,
back?
You gonna touch on that COVID thing first?
or we can also get on this stimulus check. You know what I'm saying?
Which
Yeah.
is COVID.
Stimulus check. What do y'all think about your man? Trump said that actually he's going to veto that. I think he said this because he wants $2,000 per person, and Pelosi was like, "Yeah, we with that. Give us $2,000 a piece." Are we happy or sad about that? That gets the round of applause.
No,
$2,000 versus
It's
600.
stupid. It's stupid.
You should have been doing that the whole time.
It's
Well,
dumb.
agreed. But I'm saying, do you support getting the $2,000? Is what I'm saying, as opposed to the 600.
Selena.
It would be nice to have the $2,000, but Trump had a representative in the negotiations. He had his secretary or whatever the dude was. He was sitting at the table doing a negotiation. The $600 was his man's negotiate. He was like, we going with $600.
Mm-hmm.
How do you send your man in to negotiate $600 and then they strike a deal, and then afterwards you come out like, nope, it's got to be 2 G's.
Well, listen, man. He's a part of the gang. He is a gang member. So you can't. This is a classic bait and switch. He's done a lot in his presidency.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
how do I feel about the 600? Keep that, man. What people gonna do with that?
Right.
I don't need to get $600. That's not gonna change my life at all. Some people,
PS5.
I think some people would need $600, but I think it's too little. And I'm not gonna say it's too late because some people could really use that money right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like the people in Congress, the people in DC have been messing around people's lives. We've already lost, hundreds of thousands of people to COVID. and you're gonna do a deal 9 months into it.
I got my own thoughts about that. I got it.
I mean, the okie dokie is
Keep
you're gonna have
that.
to pay taxes on it next year anyway. So
Mhm.
it is what it is.
Yeah, that's always been my thing. Like, I know y'all the more political versed people, but I'm like, all right, with all this stimulus and whatever, you giving us this money. What's the back end? I want to know how
Right.
is it going to come back at us? Are we going to owe something? Or your taxes next year going to be reduced? I feel like there's a back end version to it.
You already got to owe something because Trump has suspended a Social Security tax so that we would have a little extra take-home pay. That money's got to come. The money that you didn't pay from the time he suspended it to the end of the year has got to come out of your check next year. So you're going to owe that. And if you don't pay it back, then the company you work for or the business you work for, they have to pay it back. So I mean, already owe them something.
Wait, say that one more time, fam. So you said the money that I get this year, next year, I'm going to have to pay it back, or your employer is going to pay it back?
No, this year, what they did was they suspended a federal tax. All right, so that you would have more take-home pay.
Okay.
And the idea was that at the end of the year, what Trump said is, if y'all reelect me, I'll forgive it, so you don't have to pay it back. So now he hasn't been reelected. That money has to. Well, he probably was going to renege on that anyway. But the bottom line is, the money that was forgiven has to be paid back, either by you with the money that's coming in this new year. So that means you have more money taken out of your check, or it's going to be paid back by the business you work for. So that's one. You already paid it back. Now, this money that you're getting with the little $600, that probably has to be paid taxes on. So you have to claim that when it's time to do your taxes. But my thing is, they waited to the very last minute, I think, because there was two sticking points. The Republicans wanted protections for businesses to cover them for liability. So if I force you to come to work and you get COVID, you can't sue me. And the Democrats wanted money in the bill to go to state governments so that they can keep people on the payroll. Those are two big sticking points. I think they went all the way down to the wire so that they can both say, oh, we couldn't get what we wanted, because they didn't want to fight for it to begin with. Oh, we couldn't get it, so we passed something. And then they get to kick the can down the road. Because if they had gotten the bill done earlier in the season, then it would have been like, well, we want to see either the liability protections or we want to see money to state governments. And if you can't get it for me, then I got a problem with you. So what they did is they just sat on it and they played. They just waited around. So now
it's a dirty game.
It is dirty. So now they could be like, well, we tried what we could
on
do.
both sides.
We did what we can do. Man, they fake.
Right.
All of them. All of them.
But I totally agree. So if both political parties are like, a part of the problem.
Green Party ain't the answer.
Right. Not at all.
We ain't gonna even get into that. Wow, right. Neil, crunchy granola. Come on, man. All right.
And then he's talking about he wants to he didn't explicitly say that he was gonna veto the bill. He was just like, either y'all pretty much give it to me, or the next administration is gonna have to work it out. Hopefully that next administration is me. No, you lost. You won't be the next administration. But the problem is, if you veto this bill, this isn't just coronavirus stimulus. This bill is connected to the funding for the federal government. If you don't pass this bill, you don't sign this bill, the government shuts down because it can't be funded. It's furlough time. You can't pay people.
That happened to the rest of the people in the country. I feel like don't attach stimulus to the budget bill. It's two separate things.
And that's what they did.
Hey.
I think he's gonna veto it. Because in his I think 5 or 6 minute commentary, he threw every single person under the bus. Democrats, the people on his side in the Congress, the Republicans. He was almost visceral in his commentary. He was documenting how much money was going to. He's like, most of these places aren't even open for business. I was like, that's true. You know, you giving $120 million to the Smithsonian or whatever the one is, the Kennedy Center. I mean, they ain't even open right now, cuz. What they need that cheese for?
It's a fucked up situation.
The whole
all
thing.
way around.
What's the whole thing? They got something to count some fish. Look into the count fish, right? I follow. I think her name is Tesrin. She's a political commentator. Dope. Hood. Like she's super hood, but she's super dope in terms of how she break things down. But it's like a whole bunch of like funding attached to counting fish, like fish exploration, a lot of stuff with fish, which is super weird. Super weird.
All I'm saying is Biden needs to come in and wipe out 50,000 of the student loans. Boom, and everybody can be a Democrat then. I feel better about that. So, 50 grand.
Is anybody excited about his administration? I'm just asking.
I'm excited about that 50,000 he's supposed to be doing.
I am.
Student loans.
I am. I like what he's doing with his cabinet. And I know a lot of black people come out and say he needs to put a black face in one of the major secretary roles, major cabinet roles. He's got a lot of black folk, not a lot. He's put a number of black people in his administration thus far. He's got a black VP. The whole idea is that if he wants a cabinet to reflect America, well, then let's. Do you want to? He wants a cabinet to reflect America, but we're telling him he needs a cabinet to have more black people in it. Well, black folk only 13-14% of America. So if you get more than 1.5 out of 10 people in this cabinet, you need to applaud that and keep it moving. But
black people are the ones who pushed him over the pump.
But here's the thing: we already have come from an experience where we have had a number of black faces in high places, and that has gotten us nothing. I want the right people in the right spots to make change. I could care less if they black. Like the brother that he selected for Secretary of Education, a Latino brother from Connecticut who taught in the schools, was a principal. Like that's a dope dude. The fact that he did his press conference today and he mentioned Pedro Noguera, like Betsy DeVos don't even know who that dude is. He's mentioning people of color who are educational scholars who work with folks that look like me and come from.
I don't mind that.
So I don't care if they black, so long as they do. I want the right person with the best ideas in that position. If you got the best ideas,
why is he floating names around like Rahm Emanuel then?
I'm not gonna say I like every single pick. He could float Rahm. Rahm is a big name. Rahm and the Emanuel name hold a lot of political clout. So if he wants to float that name, fine. If he picks Rahm for anything, I'll be very upset that he picked Rahm. But that's not gonna mean he has a piss poor cabinet. That means he picked a piss poor dude to be in his cabinet. I'm not a fan of Rahm Emanuel. I'm not a fan of what he did in Chicago. I'm not a fan of how he covered up that dude shooting. I'm not a fan of that. But once again, as long as he got the right people with the right ideas, I just don't think Rahm is the right person for anything in his administration. But if you pick him, I'm not throwing out everything Biden's doing because he picked Rahm Emanuel. I'll just have to get over Rahm Emanuel.
I mean, in the end, it's not really going to matter much to me. I feel like it's a very moderate, centrist administration, and they're going to do the same things that they've always done, and we're going to be having the same convo.
And you feel that because you have seen the people he's picked? No, you said his administration is moderate and centrist. You know the people he has picked?
I mean, I don't know them personally.
But you know who he's picked, though. You know their background, which informs you thinking that they're centrist and moderate.
Correct.
As you look off to the left and up. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, I mean, it is what it is, and we will have that convo again in 2021 and 2022 and beyond, hopefully, knock on wood. Because, I mean, we've been here for 8 months. This whole thing started as just a way for us to chop it up or whatever the case is. Now, here we are literally 8 months later.
Wait a minute. Can y'all remind me, what was the bet again about Trump going to being what do you call that?
Going to jail.
Yeah.
I said the bet was he's going to be indicted.
I need to write this down. Hold up.
Right.
I feel like
because I said
you said indicted and arrested within a year.
Yeah. I said indicted.
And I said he's going to be indicted within the year.
Okay.
Nothing is going to happen.
And you said that's going to happen to him.
All right. And what was the bet? $10?
New York is, I think it's 10 apiece. I think you
Yeah.
got the 20. I think because you did, I think you and him have something different, but all of us had like 10, and John, you're going to pay us again because he's going to get
Like
indicted.
this time next year or something like that. If he's not in jail, wasn't it something like that?
No, I just said he's going to get indicted. And then
So
you
he's-
actually changed your mind and said, I think he is going to get arrested.
Oh no. I'm saying nothing's going to happen to Trump.
He's going to get
already
indicted.
No, I said indicted, no arrest.
Yeah, I said indicted, no arrest. Not within a year. You're going to get indicted within 6 months of him leaving the office, I think. New York is waiting. He is on the clock to be arrested and indicted in New York.
Okay. So this time next year, God willing, we're gonna have the same conversation. And if he has not been indicted, then
Oh, you $10.
there you go. Okay, cool.
And-
So now we know.
And I think I was the only one who
Rashid
said
said he's going to be indicted and arrested in jail.
arrested, and not just arrested, because if you're indicted, you're going to get arrested. I believe he's going to be convicted
Not
By
within a
next
year.
Christmas. Okay.
That's
in
not
a year.
Yeah.
365 days.
Y'all
from
delusional.
How much you want
buying-
to bet? How much you want to bet, Rob?
I'm $10. 365 days from Biden's inauguration. He will be arrested. He will be indicted. He will go.
You know, y'all all three saying different things, by the way. So I don't know how this came to be like a bet.
All three
I'm
of us
taking-
not saying that.
Yes, you because Neil said that he
Indicted,
said-
not arrested.
and
That's
you
what I
saying-
said.
So y'all saying the same thing, and then
And I'm saying this. I'm going the whole way. The only thing that I think will release him or release me from this bet is if he passes away. If he dies, nothing. We bets off. If he
See, that
dies
was not
within
part
a
of the
year.
original bet. All right, cool.
But if he's alive a year from inauguration, it'll be in shackles in a jail, a federal
Boy,
cell.
I'm mispronouncing your name.
It's Adora.
Adora.
That's
Adora.
what I said, right? Okay, Adora.
Yeah, she's
She got
solid.
one of our T-shirts too.
Dope, good.
For
Because
real?
yes, we are gonna have.
Yeah,
a
I sent the
recap.
one because she was like our 200th subscriber on YouTube. So she got
Well, damn,
She
I
got
see.
the
I was subscribed. I need to get me a shirt.
you got one. You got a purple one. It's
Right.
sitting over there.
I know, man. Damn, Rob.
Oh, I'm sorry, I messed it
Why
up.
you so
Children,
sensitive, man?
children,
You need a hug
children.
over there. Why you need to drink something light, man? Good God.
Right. So I mean, yeah, we're gonna have a recap of 2020 show that's gonna be hopefully next week, where we're gonna talk about everything that happened in 2020, our favorite movies,
Did we see that?
music,
Yeah.
all that. You know what I'm saying? So yes, tune in for that.
Yes, Adora, recap.
2020. And other than that, man, I mean, here we are. It's an hour in. We've covered everything. We covered all the bases. Once again, Straight No Chaser, the podcast.
Welcome to the
Please, like,
relationship.
No, we got to talk about that.
yeah.
That one idea. Yeah.
Number one thing, relationship. Neil,
I mean, how else are we gonna have a title?
Lee Mubai. Right, exactly.
It's not me no more, John. It's you. But nah, a good question that was raised, and I thought it was kind of hilarious. When is the ideal time y'all feel, or audience, whatever? When is the ideal time to raise delicate sexual issues with a new partner? So you like somebody, you meet a new boyfriend, you need a new girlfriend, woo woo woo, but you got certain things that you like to do or like to explore. Do you bring that to the forefront and say, hey, this is what I like? Or do you wait until that magic is supposed to happen and they don't do what you like?
All right, question. Is this fetishes or like what are you specifically asking?
It's an umbrella. So that's why I said delicate sexual issues. So whatever you may like, you know what I mean? You may say, hey, I like my girl swinging on a chandelier. Hey, whatever it is. But when is the right time to approach it when you first meet somebody and you want to go to that route?
My man said, "Do you eat ass?" You need to announce that off the top. Ask that question. You need to know off the break. Do you eat ass? Put that out there ASAP, please. Internet, start making that normalize asking that question, please.
You know what?
I'm about
That's
to
the
call
type
your
of thing.
whole government, Kizzy. Nah.
But that's the type of thing. When do you present that when you meet somebody that you like?
Mm-hmm.
That you like?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think, well, I would say it depends on the situation, right? Like if you have been speaking to somebody for a while and y'all have, like a friendship that's evolving into something else, then you have time to kind of learn these different types of things. However, if you meet somebody, y'all out, y'all both drinking, and y'all end up in a location or even in the bathroom in that spot y'all drinking at, then you're gonna do whatever you feel comfortable with doing. And she or he is going to accept it. Be like, man, I can't believe she eating my butt in the bathroom. Or I can't believe he, got my butt on the countertop in the restroom. And he got his face down there. Or I can't believe he picking me up on the show. I mean, it could be a number of things, right?
I
But
can't believe that you in the airport. You know, I mean, you just never know.
Airport bathroom.
I cannot believe you're in the airport.
Leaving no Ruby Tuesday.
You know,
I can't even tell the story. It's a story associated with that. But
Right.
I think in all of those things, I mean, you can get as freaky as you want to be until the person says, I'm not comfortable. So I don't know if you have to talk about it. I think a lot of people want your experience to be more organic and not staged. And I mean, you shouldn't have porno. So,
but I mean, you know what? I think it kind of
Unless you into that.
I think it kind of coincides with when we had the young lady the last time. It's almost like if you're a 10 person on Wild Thoughts, but now you got somebody who may be a little prudish or a little bit more timid. How do you break it in? You can't just
ain't nobody going balls to the wall on the very first go around. I don't think so. I think you're going.
What I'm saying. So when do you bring it and say, I like, second time around, third? How do you introduce it?
You ask
If
some
you don't
questions.
go ball to the wall from the gate, you might not get a second time around. You don't
That's
get
not
a second chance to make a first impression.
That's not true. Your first time, all you need is stamina the first go around. You good. You ain't got to introduce all the freaky stuff the first go around.
That's what I heard. Clearly, I don't know. So
Clearly.
all right. So, I mean, for me personally, I feel like in today's era, in fact, in all eras, you must have consent. So if you're going to be involved with some, strange tactics or whatever the case is, you need to make sure that they are 100% with that. Because if you do something and people change their mind, I feel like that's a minefield. In my opinion,
KG,
Flag on the play. Flag on the play. Flag on the play.
So I'm gonna get a little crash in this. So you telling me you don't put your thumb on the button?
Time out. What are you talking about? Thumb on the button? See, because I got to be real specific with you. What exactly are you talking about? What does that mean? Is that a fetish or
no? If she's in front of you,
okay,
and she's in a particular position where her back is parallel to the ground, you don't put your thumb on the button. Are you asking the question like, "Hey, do you mind if I put my thumb?"
I don't know what that means, fool. So I'm going to make it clear that like I'm not going to violate, and me personally, I want to know that you into whatever I'm doing.
So
I need loud verbal consent for whatever we doing.
Okay, John, let me put it another way for you. So John, you meet a young lady, whatever, y'all get along, y'all do the do. Let's say she likes toys and she likes bringing toys into it and likes trying toys on you. Do you want her to tell you about that, or can she just bring the toys in?
What? See, what is you talking? I said consent. So if I want consent from them, they got to get consent from me. Please don't bring no damn toys thinking that you're gonna fuck me and just surprise me with that shit. That is not gonna go too well. So I see y'all always go left.
Hey, listen, man.
Left.
Hey, John, listen. And
John, don't
no, listen. No. Here, I feel like this, man.
Oh, see.
I ain't seen Neil laugh like this in a long time. I haven't seen Neil laugh like this in a long time. I can't believe.
Go ahead, man. I know what you're about to do. Go ahead.
I'm saying I can't believe you're sitting here on this show and saying that every single thing you do sexually.
Hey, Mimi. Shout out, Mimi. Shout out to Mimi Brown.
I cannot believe everything you do with a woman. You say, "Hey, is it okay if I, touch your hand? Hey, woman, is it okay if I put my hand on your butt? Even though you're naked in front of me and you've already put your mouth on me everywhere, I'm still going to ask these questions."
I'm actually very surprised that of all the people on the little panel, you the one that's asking that question. I'm absolutely. You got to tell me clearly, loudly, and verbally, I want you to do this. And as we escalate along that whole little thing, you're going to say it again. You know what I'm saying? And if I don't hear that, we're not going any further. That's called consent. I'm not with that.
Consent?
Consent
Okay.
goes both ways.
Thank you, brother.
Yes,
Thank you,
I'm
Rob.
with that. You're right. So yes, we going. It's like there's things that I'm going to do. Like, yo, can I do this? Can I do that? Yes, yes, yes.
See,
There's
John,
things
Erica
that you
just
gonna
said,
do.
"Don't be afraid of the toys, John."
You better be scared of
No,
Erica.
I did
She's
not
from
say
Chicago.
anything
You better be
of the sort.
scared of her.
That does not mean scared. That means I need consent. I have respect for my sisters, and I want them to feel safe with me. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying once you both are naked, and
Yeah.
she is like, hey, I'm ready to get it on.
Yeah.
I think you have an avenue to put the finger on the button. If you want to get the toys on you, you can get the toys on you.
Why do you keep? Why? Why?
Okay, but
Neil
John,
asked the question.
no, okay, John. Let's say it's a delicate issue. Let's say you meet a shorty.
Go ahead, Rock. Come on, Rock.
And you're doing your
Hey,
thing.
it's 11 o'clock, man.
Jump in.
Okay,
it
go ahead,
bedtime?
Rob. Go ahead, Rob. Rob ain't say nothing yet. Go ahead, Rob.
What I'm trying to understand is it's a fine line you got to walk, because if you are early in the relationship and y'all start having, there's a point in time when you start having that one conversation and everything turns sexual in terms of what do you do, what do you like, what don't you like, and then when that conversation becomes overly sexual and it's very early, then
Wow, Dora.
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
okay, Adora.
Dora,
Okay.
Wow.
Go ahead, Rob. Finish
Dora's
up.
over.
Yeah.
So if it's in the very beginning, this overly sexual, you know what you need to get ready for? Probably a purely sexual relationship.
Facts.
Probably
Man,
that's
let me
what it's
just
going
answer
to
the
be.
goddamn question, man.
Is that a problem? Is that wrong? What did I miss?
No, I'm trying to get Rob to not dance around the question. Because I see what he's doing here. Answer the question, man.
What's the question?
Okay, then.
I'm telling you my thoughts.
Straight no chaser. That's how we do
Right.
it.
Okay, let's say it's pretty sexual. When do you introduce it to the relationship, Rob?
I think it has to be organic. I think you got to be in the moment, and you got to. I don't think I'm not for the whole talking about it. It's got to be in the moment. It's got to be
Thank
organic.
you.
So like Kate
Well,
says,
then,
if you're in the
okay.
moment and you want to put your finger on the button, if you feel like she toot that thing up and you put it in there, then
Okay, but okay, we
stop
we
with the
gonna be
euphemisms.
straight.
What does finger on the button mean? Because the internet wants to know. Are you talking about thumb in the ass or in the front, or what are we talking about? Because I'm
Cage, what are you talking about?
Hey, man, listen, man.
Oh, I'm dying right now, yo. I'm crying.
Anyway,
Oh, hold up.
all right,
Wait,
I'm
no,
just confused.
no, I'm just being funny, but I'm serious. So when Ra and Keltrick say organic, I get you. But some things I think have to be introduced, because what if you go on the first time and you like a choke and a slap? You can't just introduce.
Right.
Oh, I just want to introduce that to you.
Some women
You gotta talk.
will say, slap me. Some women will say,
Choke me.
choke me.
And if they don't say it, but that's your thing, you
Well,
can't just.
talk- I mean, if you quiet the whole time y'all are intimate, then I would question what kind of work you putting in. Personally,
Facts.
you gotta have a conversation. You can have a conversation while you in there. Hey,
So it
I'm about
turns
to- I'm about
out
to
that
do
they're
X, Y, and
actually saying
Z.
the same thing. Wow, surprising.
no, the way you come across is you're having you're interviewing them, like you're sitting like I am in my chair with my hands crossed like this and saying, hey, so woman, do you mind if when we're naked and we're nude and we're about to have sex, that is it okay if I bite your nipple?
But Cage, he may need that.
He
I
might.
mean, that's for me, baby. Yeah, absolutely.
He may need that in order.
Now,
to
I'm not saying I'm gonna
hold
do it like this, but this is how I'm explaining it to my friends. Of course, I'm gonna have a whole different way of doing things in that moment. But yeah, absolutely, we got to get loud and clear verbal consent for everything, baby. I'm surprised at you, man.
Don't be surprised at me.
Look at what Rodney said.
I see. Hey, Ferg lying, man. Ferg ain't say that. Don't lie to the people, Ferg. I know you better than that, brother.
There you go, Penelope. She said there are comfort levels to this.
This is also
real
true.
talk.
You know what I'm saying? Once
Listen.
you've had that conversation, you don't need to keep having it, but you do need to have it.
So in all sincerity, there is a conversation that occurs, but I think it is on the extreme level. So like if you want to be if you want to get whips or you're into like S&M, I think that's an escalated conversation.
Right.
I think what I would call sexual fundamentals. I think those things, Erica, she gets choked. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think she lying.
Yeah. So I think there's
Sorry,
intimate fundamentals that take place. And I think women evaluate whether you can execute the intimate fundamentals, and if you can't, I think you will be judged. So, you know, whether it's, you know, cunnilingus, if it's the ability to have some stamina, if it's anything in that sort, I think you got to have the fundamentals at play. It's not like any other gig. If you got the fundamentals right, if you play basketball, you probably can be a damn good basketball player. If the fundamentals right in this avenue, probably can be a pretty good person that lays parallel to the ground or upright, depending on how you do it.
Okay. Well, yeah.
My fault, Rob.
Right. I mean, different strokes, different folks, and all that other good stuff. So,
If Erica says she don't need you asking her random questions, John.
John is doing an interview.
again, I think we misunderstanding what I'm saying. I'm going to try to say it clearly so there can be no misunderstanding. Yes, I do want a clear idea of exactly what's appropriate or whatever the case is, but normally that conversation is had, you know what I'm saying? And it's not like, I'm not going to surprise you and bite your titty. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of thing that we definitely going to hash out, baby, you know?
And Neil, you never answered the question either.
Yeah, Neil.
As far as
It's
Neil
your damn
asked
question.
ass.
I'm saying, the idea. When is the ideal time to answer delicate questions? I think it's a feel out. Like, you know, as you go, you progressively. I think somebody said the perfect comment. I'm gonna follow behind it. I think it's like you walk before you run. So you just introduce subtle things. If nobody says no to it, check, likes that. Check, likes that. But if you do something crazy, and they're like, "Whoa, let's talk about it," you know. So, you know, I don't necessarily think a conversation needs to be had. I think you just introduce it subtly, and if you get no bounce back, what, Keltrick? What? I see your face.
I'm thinking about a memory. That's all I'm doing.
Oh, I know.
Good.
I trust me. Yeah. Okay, I got you. But yeah, I think if you introduce it subtly as you go along, that's how
You wouldn't fight Erica.
I mean, all right. So very interesting. I'm going to try. I feel like you should have this conversation early in the game. I am a proponent of first date sex because get it out the way so you can kind of understand where everybody's coming from. But that's a different topic.
That makes sense, though.
John, let me tell you why I think those conversations early in the game are set up. Because early in the game, she wants to be with you, and because of the job that society has done on, especially women when it comes to sexuality, she's not gonna put herself out there to be freak of the week early on. She not. So she can be like, no, I don't do that. I don't like that. Because she may be, let me finish my thought. She may be thinking, if I tell him this, he gonna think I'm a freak. So I'm not gonna do it. People need to have space to change their mind, to want to do something different later on. And you got to allow them to be comfortable enough to tell you one thing in the beginning, but it looked like something else 4, 5, 6, 10 months later. Because your relationship develops and grows. So in the beginning, I'm not going to do that with you because I don't know you. But when we progress, maybe, as Kizzy say, you can do a titty punch.
There you go. All right.
But
so
then again, never mind. It's going to take too long. You're right. You good. Go ahead, John.
No, you got to do it now, man. It's almost at the end of the year, man.
I was just saying, like, I think it just goes to the degree of comfortability. So it may pop off the first or second time because I feel comfortable with you. The vibe was right, everything was flowing, or it may take second, third, fourth time if I'm a little prudish. I think somebody said it before. It's all on the level of how comfortable I feel with you. You might get a Dina Howard the first time off the break, or you might get, you know, whatever. So it just depends.
And that depends on how comfortable she is with her own sexuality.
Facts. Facts.
Man, you get it all on Straight No Chaser, the podcast. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Baby's talking.
A little bit of Brooke in the background.
Everybody.
That's not Brooke. That's Dean.
That's Dean?
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow. He sounded a little more mature.
Together until after Christmas.
Well-developed lungs.
Some folks just don't want to be choked, bottom line. Yo, I know some people that do not like to kiss. They feel like kissing is much more intimate than
That's
intercourse.
true.
So, like,
That's
if you
true.
don't have that
I am
conversation,
people.
That is true.
I am people.
you are a very interesting person, Keltrick. So,
I
all
agree
got-
with him. That is true.
If I kiss you, if I put my mouth on your mouth, you are extremely special to me.
I have seen Keltrick at the bar years ago. years ago.
The man said we got too many inside jokes.
No,
and that's-
tell the story, Rob.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell it, sister Kizzy. This is the insider. This is I'm gonna put it out there. We at the bar, old school bar, Adams Morgan, common share, leaned up against the wall. Shorty thought she was very comfortable with KG. We was drinking. She leaned in to get her do the kiss. He was like, "Oh,
Don't know you.
He leaned all the way off screen.
Lean with it.
And she kissed the wall, I think.
Wow.
Mm.
There it is. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you got to punt, cuz.
Yep.
I know
Yeah.
some people that are more comfortable eating your ass out than they are kissing you. It's just the way it is.
That ain't me either.
That's nasty.
I'm not saying that's you. I'm not saying that's
That's
you.
nasty.
I'm that vibe is out there. Let's just say the energy.
I'm
is
not
out
saying
there.
I'm opposed to it, but that ain't me. That ain't me either.
Why you letting yourself get set up, John?
I'm not. They're showing me, so whatever. On that note, thank you very much for listening to the show. Next week, we absolutely gonna have a wrap up. You know what I'm saying? Straight No Chase to the podcast.
This dude, Rob, spit out his liquor, man. He spit his liquor out.
I did.
Oh man.
Yo, glad y'all here. Please continue listening.
Oh God.
And yeah, y'all got one last thing: eating ass versus kissing. I'm with Erica Hubbard. That's how y'all do, man. But anyway,
I'm not a weirdo. I'm not kissing you if I don't know you. Just because you drinking and I'm drinking with you and we talking, I mean, you need to put your lips on me.
I don't know where your lips were before you touched that martini.
Man, put your lips
You're
on
welcome,
something else.
Lena. Thank you for kicking it with us tonight.
there you go. So, do y'all have a final thought, last word, pre-Christmas thought for the people, or what?
Man, enjoy your time with your family. Be safe. Get ready for this next new year, man. That's all it is. I'm excited about it.
Right, family. Christmas time's coming up, whether it's Christmas for you or happy holidays or Kwanzaa. Just be with your families, hold them tight. We lost over 300,000 people over the course of this year. And whether people want to say it was because of coronavirus or something else, the reality is over 300,000 people have died in a span of 9-10 months. And that has not happened. We got people stuck up in the hospitals right now, dying at a high rate, and it has not happened. So just hug your folks, be with your family. Enjoy and love them, and we're gonna see y'all right before New Year's. So Merry Christmas.
All I'll say is love you, brothers. Thank you to the people that is watching us and laughing with us today. And I don't take this time for granted. We're not here long, man. So love y'all, man, and just be safe out there.
And we might have to start promoting when we coming on, because the comment interaction engagement this session was really, really dope. Y'all stuck with us.
I ain't gonna lie though, I miss Mimi. Mimi was dope.
Yeah. Mimi, we're gonna have you back, Mimi.
Mimi, we need you back.
Right.
And John gonna bring me some more granola next week, John.
There you go, man. My last word, just Merry Christmas. You know what I'm saying? We made it through this whole period. Amazing. 2020 has definitely been a real interesting year. We got one more week left. Finish it up strong. So from our family to yours out there on the internet, salute. And, enjoy your holiday season with your loved ones and be safe. We're going to catch y'all next week. Holla.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace out, y'all.
Yeah.
And on that note, we're going to say peace out, God bless, and good night.
Straight, no chaser.